Hey there, hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods. This is Michael Does Life, and thank you so kindly for joining us once again, folks, as we continue to talk about this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3. We are just a few weeks away from E3 2019, and with that said, folks, I have new word from Capcom. So with that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Capcom just recently did a Q&A. And this Q&A definitely sheds light on future projects, where they're headed, next gen, and much, much more. So with that said, let's get right into it. Tell me about Capcom's strengths relating to the next generation hardware. And Capcom's answer was, the games we developed using the RE engine during this current hardware generation have received critical acclaim. And from the early stages of building this engine, we kept the ability to augment it for next generation development in mind. As such, we view the RE engine as one of our strengths that will contribute to next generation game creation. So that's fantastic news that they're going to curate the RE engine to make sure it can reach its capabilities and potential using cutting edge next generation hardware. It's not necessarily surprising news, because we kind of could figure out that, hey, this is the road that Capcom was going to go down, but nonetheless, very exciting confirmation right there from Capcom. Tell me, what titles currently in your pipeline are being developed with the RE engine? Capcom says, while we are unable to comment on the specific number of titles or release windows, there are numerous titles currently being developed internally with the RE engine. Again, there are numerous titles currently being developed internally with the RE engine. Could it very well be this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3? Could it very well be an all-new upcoming edition of Dino Crisis? Could it very well be Resident Evil 8? Well, time will tell. But the fact that Capcom has came out and said, hey, we have numerous titles currently being developed internally with the RE engine, that is very, very encouraging news, folks. Why is Monster Hunter World Iceborne the only major new title planned for FY3 2020? Capcom says, it is a reality that development cycles are trending longer for games developed to a world-leading standard. As such, it is possible that there will be a single major new title release in a given fiscal year due to the composition of our title pipeline. That right there was very interesting, folks. It was very interesting, and I'll tell you why. Well, Monster Hunter Iceborne is obviously the only thing coming in the pipeline right now. They're definitely, with what they just said right there, they're definitely not ruling out the possibility of something coming. Now, is it likely to happen? No, absolutely not. We know Capcom's kind of roadmap, but with that said, Capcom is saying, hey, never say never. You know what I mean? So let's back the train up a little bit, folks. We're just a few weeks away from E3 2019. We know Capcom's roadmap. We know that they are really planning for next generation hardware in addition to many other things. We know that they have numerous titles being worked on right now as of this recording with the RE engine. What does this leave for this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3, and when will we see it? Well, here's the thing, folks. We know that this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3, as previously rumored, is not dropping in January of 2020. We can say that right now, as of this recording anyway, with 100% confidence. So obviously it's not coming anytime soon, because Capcom has laid out the roadmap here. They have kind of gave us, an idea of what to expect for the foreseeable future. And obviously this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3 is not necessarily in the cards right now. Look, that doesn't mean it's not happening. And in addition to that, that doesn't mean that Capcom can't tease it at E3 2019. Because here's what Capcom could do in just a matter of a few weeks. They could very well tease this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3, and they could do it in a way that makes sense. They could just show like a small little teaser that doesn't reveal too much, but gives us enough to say, okay, we know where you're at, Capcom. You know what I mean? They could kind of just show like a silhouette of Nemesis, and then as the teaser plays out, he kind of comes into the light, and you hear him stomping and going, "Stars!" You know what I mean? That could very well be a possibility. Look, I'm not saying that it is going to happen. I'm not saying that it is set in stone. However, with that said, it's still something that possibly could happen in just a matter of a few weeks at E3 2019. Capcom could very well pull that curtain back sooner than expected on an all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3. But wait, there's more. Capcom could also tease a Dino Crisis remake at E3 2019. Now, the reason why I bring this up, folks, is because, well, we know Capcom has multiple titles in development right now, as of this recording, on that RE engine. And not only that, but GameStop just recently tweeted this. And that tweet right there that you're looking at has since been deleted. Now, I'm not saying that just because GameStop tweeted that something is going to happen at E3 2019 in relation to a Dino Crisis remake. But hey, you really never can tell. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. With all of that said, folks, we know kind of Capcom's plan. We know where their head is at and really the roadmap that they're going down here. We know that they have multiple titles being developed right now as of this recording. We know that they want to do more remakes. We know that Monster Hunter World Iceborne is something that they are focusing on right now all the way up until maybe, early next year. However, with that said, again, that doesn't rule out the possibility of Capcom pulling that curtain back sooner rather than later for a tease. Not an announcement, but a tease. It could very well happen for not only this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3, but a Dino Crisis remake as well in just a matter of a few weeks at E3 2019. So here's the thing, folks. Show Capcom your support by hitting that like button. And folks, I will be back once we have more word on not only this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 3, but a Dino Crisis remake as well. Thank you so kindly for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.